It might be a little noisy. The neighbors are having a party with the children over there, but I wanted to come outside for a little while. Um, the one thing that's been on my mind is being able to change our perspectives from all this conditioning that we've had for so decade after decade after decade. I was looking at some journals that I had written years ago, um, and they were definitely in the old perception of the way I viewed life. I didn't know it. I didn't think it. And of course, that perception is that we all have our own separate awarenesses, and so matter and thoughts and feelings all come from our own personal awarenesses, and that everything else is outside that awareness. God, or what's called infinite being, is somehow infinite but outside of us. And so we're always having to make a relationship with that as if we were independent from it. And I believed we are all one. And it's so obvious to me looking at those journals how it was a belief and not my actual experience. So it cannot help but to make you wonder, and not just wonder, but to know that if we've believed that for so long, that we're separate from God or from infinite being, and that everything comes from our own personal awareness as far as matter and thoughts come from inside our mind, and feelings come from all the activity inside our body, and everything's contained in here, and everything else is out there. And if we've believed that conditioning, or if we've been so ingrained in that we just believe it no matter what, and we've had all this suffering, and we do our planet the way we do, and we do each other the way we do, something may be wrong with this picture. I was listening to Rupert today too, discussing so many things with so many people, and this is the hugest issue, is being able to see it differently, because we've believed that for so long. To step outside of what you've been told for so long, especially without with so few, not all scientists backing you up on this, which there being such a conflict of opinion, whatever. And people do not want to trust their own experience. That I have experienced from people directly, even close to me, but definitely, I mean, that's a natural thing, because I've felt that way too most of my life, actually. It's only been recently. The past 3 years have I actually opened up to what I was doing all those years. unaware. Really, you can't be unaware because awareness is infinite and always. But nonetheless, I was overlooking a lot. So that's my biggest concern, is how it, the only way things will change is to know that we come from within awareness, and that awareness, we're all from the same awareness, the same unlimited being. And if we were separate from that unlimited being, then there wouldn't be an unlimited being. Unlimited being is everything and everyone, and we come from that. So there's a lot of activity in my yard. I hope it's not distracting. Well, it's right in my very back, so I guess I'll keep going. Anyway, so that is, it's been a thought on my mind. Another thing that I wanted to bring about was, this is something that I feel even I am doing now that I wasn't really aware of. Because we've always lived in a life from that other perspective, as being always, it's always becoming. I've always used that language. I've always been like that, like you're always becoming. And so rather than actually being 100% in the now, you're always on the edge of it, trying to get to the next now. That was a huge thing that Rupert had talked about with someone, and it really clicked with me how true that is. Because I actually do find myself sitting on the edge, wanting to go to that next now. And I don't even know it. That's a total habit. And that does come from the perspective that awareness is ours, in us. And we have 7 billion or however many awarenesses in the world that are all different and independent. So the after effects of how we see things have directly affected how we respond to life, how we do life, how we see everything, how we love, our relationships. It affects every single thing. But that is a huge thing that I didn't realize I was doing. I was so glad to hear that today. Think of that. You're never allowing yourself to be 100% in the now, because you're thinking about the next now, or the future, or what you can do next, or what's next to do, or what you'd like to be doing, or just anything but now. Even if you're playing a game, you're looking to win, or you're looking to, I shouldn't say I don't play games, that doesn't sound right. But I don't. But nonetheless, um, that idea is as you're trying to win the game, or I'll go do the dishes, or I'd like to do this, or I want to do that. Um, Not to say that those things aren't to pop up for even out of creativity. I mean, creativity is a wonderful thing. But to be able to allow yourself to respond to life, allow yourself to be informed by the infinite of what you do next. That isn't there if you're always trying to get to the next now. Think about it, the implications. And also the implications of how we look at the world. And if we see ourselves as birthed from within infinite being, infinite awareness, we're birthed from peace and love. And that thread is through all of us and everyone. And there's no way we would be thinking about doing harm to one another if we're connected as the same being. That doesn't mean that we're all different, because we're localizations of infinite and different, a little bit different, because we're each a little bit localized, a little bit different. So each of our perspective is different. So we do have an expression a little different from our brothers and sisters. But the implications here are huge. So I guess we just all try and do our part. Or are trying to do my part in hoping to understand and share this new perspective and implications of it, to somehow help that golden thread to be uncovered by all the stuff, just stuff. So I guess I'll just do that.